So, what made me start actually investing on my own? Also, a few years ago, I got a job, the job that I have now. This was 6 years ago. And I had a boss. He's gone now, but I was talking about money and my money problems. And he said, and I can't remember the exact words, but it was something like, when you're having these issues, is the answer to make more money or to spend less? That's what it was. Make more or spend less. And I said, spend less. And he's like, wrong. You have to make more. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds easy, blah, blah, blah. But he goes on and he basically, I think he got it from somewhere else because I've heard it a few times now, but at the time I didn't. And he said, the problem with poor people is poor people think that you have to work for your money, and rich people have their money work for them. And I keep hearing it, but that was the first time I had heard it. And I was like, oh my God, I love that. Like, how do I get my money to work for me? Anyway, okay, so I'm rambling now. At this job, Christmas came around, and every year, so as y'all know, I live in New York, and my family is not in New York. So every year, I would go home for Christmas. When I went away to school, no matter where I was, I came home to spend Christmas and Thanksgiving with my family. It was just a given. I had put in a request to go home to see my family and spend time with them as I always had. And I had a supervisor who was just, anyway, and she denied my request, just being petty. And there was really nothing I could do about it. It was just, that was it. She said, no, I can't go. So she was essentially making me sit at home on Christmas by myself, eating, I don't know, McDonald's or whatever it was that I was going to eat. And I remember it bothered me that someone else had that much say in my life. That now, because she said that I can't go home to my family for Christmas, I can't go home to my family for Christmas. My thing is not staying here. I didn't like having someone be able to tell me what time I had to be to work. Like the whole, you have to be here every day at 9 o'clock and you can't leave until 5, and you have to ask permission to go on vacation, and you have to ask permission to be sick, and if you don't, then you get in trouble for calling out. There were all these rules, and I was just like, what? I have to ask permission to be sick? Like, this is crazy. But this is what we're taught. Like, this is not new. This is just what it is. You have a job, you work for them, they control you. And I didn't like being controlled. They get to dictate what you do and when you do it. And I just didn't like it. So I thought trading is a good idea, because I can work from home. I get up, well, I actually have learned to become disciplined and get up every day like it's a regular job. But at the time, I just thought I can get up when I want to, and if I don't want to, I don't have to. And I don't have to ask permission to take off a day. I don't have to ask permission to be sick, any of that. And that appealed to me a lot, just the freedom of it. It was either that or trying to own a business, because then I could be my own boss. But I have friends who own businesses, and their freedom is not a word that I would use to describe them, or their situation. Some of them are actually kind of slaves to their business, working 80, 90 hours a week. I don't want to do that either. Like, I want freedom. I want to be able to get up and go. I want to travel. Whatever it is that I want to do, I just want to be able to do it. And I felt like trading would get me that. So after that rejection of my leave request, that was it for me. And I was like, okay, this is for the birds. I got to get out of here. So I started trading. I will share some of my pitfalls in another video, so you don't make the same mistakes I do. I will certainly go over some of my errors. but it's finally become profitable. So I'm on my way to just saying screw the 9 to 5 thing because I'm just over it. So that is why I started investing, for the freedom of it.